Welcome to the Abundance Hack Show, where we are inspiring you to ditch the outdated beliefs, release the blocks, and fully embrace your sovereignty so you can confidently expand to allow more love, joy, and aligned success in your life. I am Niajae, your conscious accountability partner, reminding you that abundance is your birthright. Hey M&Ms, thank you for tuning in to the Abundance Hack Show. What are you manifesting in your life today? Where are you tuning in from? Wherever you are tuning in from, take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram at Niajae, that's Niajae, and you can also tag Abundance Hack, so at Abundance Hack, so I can know where you're tuning in from and also share the love. All right, so today we are talking about the root chakra. Now, if you don't know what a chakra is, I recommend going to check out my Chakra 101 episode, which is episode number 60. So I break down what a chakra is and a quick overview of the 7 chakras. Then I've also done a chakra balancing episode, which is episode number 98. So if you're not familiar with chakras, you don't really know much about them, then go check out those 2 episodes first. So episode number 60 and episode number 98. This is more of a deep dive into each individual chakra. And we're starting with the root chakra because it's the foundation. So the root chakra is the base of our life force energy and acts as the link between the outside physical world and our internal energetic system. It gives us the motivation to get up every day, eat, and survive. And when this chakra is balanced, you want to do more than just survive. You want to thrive. So the root chakra is super important because it's the foundation. So you can't build a house, like a sturdy house, on a shaky foundation. You want to make sure that your foundation is strong. So if the root chakra is thrown off, it's going to throw off every other chakra. So the root chakra controls our sense of survival, safety, security, stability, support, confidence in being able to provide our basic needs. So the element for this chakra is earth, and it makes sense because the way that you balance this chakra is by grounding, but we'll get to that later. So it's really just about feeling safe in your home, feeling safe in your body, feeling safe in your career. So anytime your safety or stability or security is thrown off, it's going to affect this chakra. And we actually develop this chakra at a really young age. So if you were someone as a child who had absent parents or parents that weren't as nurturing, or they weren't there to support your needs, then this will kind of affect your adult life because you feel like survival is hard. So if you had a childhood where you didn't have your basic needs, you didn't have everything that you needed, and you didn't feel safe in your home, as an adult, if you don't update your belief system, that's how you view the world. So it shapes how you view the world. So how do you know if your root chakra is blocked or imbalanced? So we have underactive and overactive chakras. So if it's underactive, that means that there's not enough energy flowing in that chakra. There's a blockage. And if it's overactive, that means that there's too much energy flowing in that chakra. So if your root chakra is underactive, that means that you are feeling disconnected. You're feeling disconnected from the world, you're feeling disconnected from yourself, from your body, from your purpose, and you can feel depressed and you really don't care about anything. So this is like that nonchalant blah feeling, like you don't care what happens, you don't care about anything. And if your root chakra is overactive, that means you are experiencing high anxiety, panic, fear, worry, and you're just really anxious. So some physical symptoms to know that you have a blockage in your root chakra is lower back pain. So the root chakra is located at the base of your spine. And if you are someone who has like lower back pains, or your lower back is constantly like tight or achy or stiff, that is your root chakra. So cramping, inflammation, and prostate and colon issues are also indications that you have a blockage in your root chakra. So some emotional symptoms to know that your root chakra is off balance is you're tired or lethargic, you're lacking motivation, hoarding, which is Huge, 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 huge. Hoarding. I'm a little bit of a hoarder. And I shouldn't say hoarder. I'm like, I feel like there's a fine line between like being a pack rat and being a hoarder. And I'm definitely in the pack rat phase. And if I don't purge and get rid of stuff, then it becomes hoarding. But I'm like right before that stage of being considered a hoarder. So, more emotional symptoms is you're paranoid, you're restless, and you don't feel like you belong. Like having that feeling of like you don't feel like you're at home anywhere, and you just don't feel like you belong in any circle, in any place. That is your root chakra. So, how do we balance the root chakra? Definitely grounding. So, as I mentioned earlier, the element is earth. So, what you want to do is connect back to the earth and feel firmly planted in the earth. Now, when people say grounding, I talk about grounding all the time on this podcast. But if you're new to the podcast and you don't know what it means to ground, it is going out into nature, putting your feet in the dirt, in the sand, in the grass. And what you're doing is actually absorbing the earth's energy. So everything is energy, like the plants, the grass, like everything is energy, and the earth has its own frequency. And there's actually a company that measures it. It's called Schumann resonance, and it measures the earth's frequency. So when your energy and your frequency is off balance, by placing your feet in the ground, on the ground, in the grass, in the sand, in the dirt, whatever it is, you are absorbing the earth's energy. Same thing with trees. Now, I know most people have heard people say like tree huggers. They say like hippies are tree huggers, but trees have energy, and it's the same energy and frequency of the earth. So going and placing your hand on a tree, or hugging a tree if that's what you want to do, or just being in somewhere that has a bunch of trees, being in nature, you are resetting your frequency. You are grounding, you are absorbing the earth's frequency, and it's going to make you feel better because you feel firmly planted on the earth. So that feeling of like I'm firmly planted, and it's, think about a tree. Trees have roots that go into the earth and they are firmly planted. It takes a lot to knock a tree over. So that's what you want to feel. You want to feel strong, like your roots are firmly planted in the ground and nothing in life can come and knock you down. So there's times where like there's like heavy winds and the branches may sway because life happens. We get thrown curveballs. We have challenges. So things may sway, but you want to feel firmly planted where nothing is going to come knock you down. And when I say nothing, obviously, we have stuff like tornadoes and, extreme circumstances where we may get knocked down, and that's kind of part of life. But the more firmly planted in the ground you are, the more it's going to take to knock you down. And that's what you want to feel. You want to feel sturdy. You want to feel safe. You want to feel secure in where you are in life. And so I think what's really important is to find that internally. A lot of times we look at external circumstances, so where we live, our careers, our relationships, and we base our sense of safety and security on those things. What I've learned is that you have to really find that inner security, like that stability and security within, like inside, internally, where like, okay, if my career changes, I know that I'm still good. If my relationship changes, I know that I'm still good. If where I live changes, I know that I'm still good. And this is something that I think takes practice, especially for someone like me. So I just moved recently. I moved not far. I moved from St. Petersburg to Tampa, which is only 20 minutes. But technically it's a new city. But when I moved, it triggered a lot in me because as a child, I moved a lot. So I never felt stable or secure as a child. In 12 years of grade school, I went to 11 different schools. Just in high school alone, 4 years of high school, I went to 3 different schools in 3 different states. So I never felt stable as a child. because we were always moving, like literally every year we were always moving. So what I had to do was find stability within. And that's still, honestly, it's a still working, it's a working progress. It's still something that I work through, because this move definitely did trigger a lot of things in me. I was taken out of like my comfort zone of like, I know where everything is and I feel comfortable with like the way that I drive to and from the grocery store, which grocery store I go to, and knowing exactly where everything is. And then like things change and you're like, holy shit, I have to like figure this out all over again. So things like that will affect your root chakra. So since I've moved, I've been doing a lot of root chakra work just to make sure that I am maintaining balance in that area and really finding that security and stability within, no matter if the things around me are changing. And I think that's really important that people acknowledge that, you know, when you go from like a different career, when you move, when you know, I mean, there's a lot of people that have gone through divorces recently, or in the process of going through a divorce because of everything happening in the world. So when you have some type of life change, balancing your root chakra is so important to maintain alignment and that energetic self-care.
If you were looking for a sign, here it is. This is your reminder to not settle, to know your worth, and to follow your bliss. This is a reminder to maintain alignment and show up in your fullest expression. Abundant and Aligned Society is an accountability program to remind you that you are a powerful being and you deserve to live the life you truly desire. Go to niajae.com/society to join in on the magic, because life is meant to be abundant.
Ways to balance your chakra, your root chakra, grounding, and then plants. So I do not have a green thumb, but when I started my like spiritual journey, so to speak, I became more drawn to plants. And now, as you see, so if you're listening, I'm just showing the plants that are behind me. And if you're someone who doesn't have a green thumb, like I told you, like I couldn't keep plants alive for the life of me for a really long time. And then I discovered pothos. So pothos is a plant that I can keep alive, and they're growing like crazy. So they're really easy to care for, and they have just such a great energy. Like I love my pothos now. Like I name them, I talk to them. And they are thriving. So it's something that just really helps me feel, it helps me feel grounded. It helps me feel connected to earth and nature. So plants are really, really good. And like I said, if you're someone who can't really care for plants that well, try out a pothos. Let me know how it goes. If you have a pothos, take a picture of your pothos and tag me on Instagram, because I would love to see your pothos. They have several different kinds, and I just love seeing all the different types of pothos. So I want to get more. Like I'm kind of just crazy with the plants now. All right, let me stay focused. Another way to balance your root chakra is meditation and sound therapy. So there's a lot of meditations that you can do where you're picturing like a red light, or you know, a red flower growing from the base of your spine, or you can visualize like roots going from your feet into the ground, into the earth, and really absorbing the earth's energy. There's a lot of different visualizations that you can do, and meditations, guided meditations, and also sound therapy. So obviously sound therapy is my favorite. We have the crystal bowls that are tuned to the specific chakra. So if you don't know, you can join Abundant and Aligned Society, and I send you guided meditation, sound therapy recordings, and journal exercises to help you balance your chakras and maintain a place of alignment, because life happens and it's going to continue to throw us off. So what I'm doing is I'm providing these reminders to ground, to balance your energy, take a deep breath, and really just operate from that place of alignment, rather than fight or flight, rather than anxiety, rather than panic, rather than worry. Like you don't have to be in a state of worry all the time. And I know that some people get so used to being anxious and being worried and panicking, like that is their default and that's all that they know. But when you experience alignment, it's like, oh my God, this feels so much better. But I think that sometimes people feel like, well, it's a lot of work to maintain this high vibration. And the thing is, like, no one's high vibe all the time. Like, I have off days. I have days where I'm just like like, what is life right now? But I have tools in my tool belt that when I do have those days, and they're not even days now. They used to be days. Now they're just moments. I have moments where I'm just like FML, but because I have tools in my tool belt, I know, okay, let me do some breathing. Let me get my sound bowls. And I use my sound bowls every single day. So like every single day. It's not something where I'm recommending it to other people and I don't use them. I use my bowls every single day, and it helps me maintain a high vibration. It helps bring me back up when life has kicked my ass, knocked me down, however you want to put it, but it happens. And so one thing that I want to say is be gentle with yourself. There is no like once you balance your chakras, they're balanced forever. Like it's a continuous effort. It's something that's why we have like a daily practice. That's why we have a self-care regimen to bring us back to that place. Like you have to brush your teeth every day to maintain healthy teeth. So it's the same thing with your energy. You have to have a self-care regimen, an energetic self-care regimen to keep everything balanced and aligned, and have the tools in your tool belt to bring you back to that place of alignment when life knocks you off balance. So let me know if that makes sense. I love to hear from you. So, if you are new to this podcast, I do a solo episode every other week. So, next episode is going to be an interview. And then the following week, I will go over the sacral chakra. So, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And if you have any questions about any of the chakras, definitely let me know. Like I said, you can tag me and send me a DM on Instagram at Niajae. And that is the place that I'm most active. So, that's the fastest place that you'll receive a response. So if you have any questions about the root chakra, anything I said, anything I didn't mention, definitely let me know. The next solo episode, we will discuss sacral chakra. So, root chakra, so important. It's our foundation. You want to have a strong, sturdy foundation. You want to feel solid in who you are, how you're showing up in the world. You want to feel solid in your career. You definitely want to feel safe and solid at home. So, root chakra is so extremely important. All right, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. And until next time, be decadent. Thank you for tuning in to the Abundance Hack Show. I would love to hear from you. Leave your comments and questions, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our yummy episodes. Every time you leave a 5-star rating or review, I do my happy dance.